There's this new museum at the Mall of America, and I think they have them in quite a few other places too, called the Museum of Illusions. And I got invited to go check it out. So I'm grabbing some friends and all of you and bringing you along to go check out this new museum at the Mall of America. Welcome to the Museum of Illusions.
Now, right away, first thing when you walk in is you get to start touching things, doing this little spinny stuff, and touching things is fun. And spinny things are fun. And touchy spinny things are even more fun. And then the next thing they've got is this tilted room, which is trippier in person than it is on camera, especially after a few beers, which I, of course, had. Nothing like an uneven floor to really enhance a good buzz. And then when you walk to the next exhibit, you get watched by this thing that's eyes don't technically move, but they definitely technically move. But once you get out of its line of sight, you can have some fun with mirrors, where Emily made herself a goofy-looking Cyclops. And I got to show off my awesome third leg I can use as a kickstand. And then after that, we showed off our shadow puppet skills in full Technicolor, a room in which Addie had entirely too much fun, and there was a cool infinity well thing. And then we went to the spinny tunnel of doom, which Addie had a hell of a time getting through, and I've got to admit, a slight buzz goes a long way towards really enhancing the trippy experience or the motion sickness, depending on which way you go with that. And I don't normally get motion sickness, but this definitely tested it just a tad. But once you escape the wormhole, you can go right back into having more fun with mirrors. And then right next door to that is a human kaleidoscope, which also has mirrors. There's a lot of mirrors. This is a very mirror-heavy museum. See, look, a hexagon, whatever, some sort of geometric shape full of mirrors, but I do have to admit, I spent way too much time staring into this thing, contemplating the meanings of life. But apparently they don't need mirrors to make trippy stuff, because this spinny thing is trippy just with strobe lights. It's not actually moving the way it looks like it's moving. But once that releases you from its hypnotic grasp, you can go into the forced perspective room. A room Emily enjoyed way too much. It's not often she gets to feel like the tallest person in a room. And Addie, who often is the tallest person in the room, became a certifiable giant as we cowered in the corner. Moving on, as we had spent so much time in their line and started to form, we had this Bouchette chair thing. Yeah, there was that. And then more human kaleidoscopy stuff, which was achieved, you guessed it, with mirrors. And then there was this damn thing, which really messed with my head. And even when I understood what the illusion was, I couldn't unsee it. And the camera doesn't do it justice, but it was just super trippy. And then we put Emily's head on a platter. And then we took a bunch of awesome gravity-defying photos we also had far too much fun with. And then we finished out our visit with the Infinity Room, which is just like the ending of that most recent BioShock game. What was it called again? Infinite. Yeah, duh. That makes sense. I lied. We would have finished out our visit there, but then we got super ADD with the gift shop, and then after playing with that, we realized that there was stuff we wanted to go back in and do again, so we actually went back through the museum backwards, and saw stuff that we missed the first time, like this cool trippy thing. And then we went and put Emily's legs on Taylor's body while Addie finished out a puzzle she was determined to figure out before we finally left.
So yeah, that was cool. The staff there was super cool and helpful. Honestly, it was a blast. It was a great time. It is definitely worth going with friends. So if you're bored and looking for something to do, I definitely recommend doing this. Definitely have a couple of drinks beforehand too, because we did and it made it. The illusions just get a little bit more mind-bendy after a couple beers. But yeah, if it's something you're interested in, Google it. It is a great time. See if there's one near you. If you're in the Twin Cities, there definitely is, because there's one in the Mall of America, but I know there's quite a few others around the country. And if you've been to it already or you end up going soon, come back to this video and tag me and comment on it. Tell me what you thought about it, because I think it's cool and I'd love to hear all your guys' thoughts about it as well. I hope you guys all enjoyed coming along with us, and thank you to the museum for having us.